Hey guys, Chris here, and in this video, we're going all out on strategies to min-max your account, specifically for either free-to-play or light spenders. If you follow the strategies in this video, you will have an extremely competitive account for both PvP and extreme difficulty PvE. This is a follow-up to our first Zero to Hero video, which you can find right up there, and we're building on all of the strategies from that video, so make sure you watch that video first so you understand some of our terminology that we might use in this video. I want to emphasize Vizor strategies in this video, so pay attention. There's a lot of great content creators out there for War of the Visions, but there can be some conflicting advice on the best way to do things, so I've compiled this video by collecting the best advice from a lot of different sources, as well as adding in my personal experience. I've easily completed all PvE events and regularly place top 1000 in PvP. There's timestamps for each topic we're going to cover, so feel free to jump around if you see topics that you're more interested in. I want to keep this video under 20 minutes, so let's stop messing around and get into it. If you guys like the video, listen to Frederica there, and like and subscribe for more 200 IQ content for War of the Visions. A quick recap of the important topics from the first video. Number 1, build upwards, not outwards. Basically, 1 or 2 max units will always be stronger than an entire team of level 79 units. For a new account, you don't have to reroll, but if you do reroll, try to focus on rerolling until you pull the unit from the current banner to max that unit out, and don't worry too much about the other units. You'll pull plenty of useful units over time and in the future. Always use hard quests on UR units and vision cards. Don't farm lower rarities. It's not that these units aren't good, but you definitely get more value from farming URs. The MMBR strategy is main backup reserves. This is the optimal strategy for building up URs over time while also saving Vizor to pull on new banners. And lastly, if you're free to play or a minnow spender, don't try to pull on banners if you can't make the unit useful right away. Now we're going to talk about this a little bit more in this video, but if you have less than 20,000 Vizor in the bank, you probably should avoid pulling on a banner for a new unit. Some things we're going to update for this video from the first guide. We're going to talk about gear, vision cards, and account roles. So we're going to come out with the big guns right away because I'm starting to believe that the best way to min-max your account is to not play War of the Visions like it's a gacha game. And you might be thinking, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, Chris, because War of the Visions is a gacha game. So let me explain my stupidity for a second. I was watching a lot of my old videos and I made the passing comment in one of my videos that I think the strongest way to build an account would be to never pull on a banner. I also had a lot of comments on my day 350 video this week about the number of max URs I had. So I decided to run some loose math on things. My main account is at day 355 and has about 440,000 Vizor spent. My alternate account is at 380,000 after about 320 days. Using 400,000 as a good clean number, adding shards just from daily hard quests and character quests, it comes out to just over 9,000 character shards, which equals almost 16 maxed UR units. Now, note, this is if you never once pulled a UR on a banner summon, on guaranteed ticket summons, you never had shard tickets, you never got a shard from the Chocobo expedition, event shops, event quests, daily purchase bonuses, bonus shards on 9 step-ups, challenge boards, discounted whimsy shops, friend metal shop, guild metal shop, arena metal shop. I think you guys get the idea. If we play fast and loose with the math, I think you could easily have 25 or more maxed out URs at the 1 year mark, completely free to play if you never wasted Vizor on chasing the gacha system. Looking back at my personal account, the last time that I pulled on a banner to chase a unit was Agrius and Final Fantasy Tactics, which was more than 6 months ago, and I have never seen faster progress and growth on my account than between days 200 and 350. It's like when you go to the gym, everyone wants to do bench press and bicep curls and squats and leg press, but to really be in the best shape, you have to do the boring stuff like core work and cardio. So to truly min-max in War of the Visions, guys, it's time to start repping those sit-ups and stair climbs. Of course, not ever pulling out a banner might not be the most fun or satisfying way to play the game, but if you really want to hardcore min-max, it could very well be the best strategy. War of the Visions offers a lot of guarantees and free things, so you need to maximize your handouts and minimize your luck. A lot of people have asked how I got such a strong account, and this is exactly how. You need to take advantage of free units, free shards, free rainbow spheres, etc. So let's talk about min-maxing unit shards, which has changed dramatically since the first Zero to Hero guide. The biggest and most significant change has been these unit challenge boards. Now, these don't look like they're going anywhere anytime soon, so we really need to talk about them. Basically, these allow you to pick up 120 extra shards for a new unit, as long as you can bring them to level 75 before the banner disappears. Essentially, this equates to 6,000 free Visuor when you fill out this board, and not only this, but you'll make back 9 rainbow spheres as well. So the ultimate min-max strategy would be to try and get every single new unit and fill out this challenge board because of the freebies, but obviously this strategy isn't practical because, gacha system and everything that we just talked about. New accounts should definitely still focus on building upwards, not outwards, as you'll still be establishing your roster and top teams. So you should be taking your units to 99 or 120 or whatever. But experienced accounts that already have strong teams and a lot of strong units should strongly consider only taking any new units to the point that this challenge board is complete, and then slow farm the rest of the shards to save Visuor. And sure, you might not get to max out the shiny new stuff right when it comes out, but if you're willing to constantly play a couple months behind the meta, in the long term it will yield tens of thousands of free Visuor and dozens of rainbow spheres in value through the challenge boards. Let me say that again in case you were nodding off in class. Tens of thousands of free Visuor and dozens of free rainbow spheres. Lastly, I want to talk about getting the most value from your Visuor on summoning banners, and this goes hand in hand with the challenge boards that we just talked about. In particular, we are going to talk about these step-up banners like this one. Depending on when you watch this video, these may not be the same, but anytime you're able to get these free rainbow spheres, free unit shards, and discounted pulls, you should strongly consider these. Because of the insane value from these step-ups, it should be pretty obvious by now why you should almost never be pulling on standard banners. Not only are you getting freebies like rainbow spheres and unit shards, but these have rate ups on the current units, so you actually have a better chance at unlocking that challenge board as well. The second biggest part about value summoning is using vision card step-ups. These guarantee you the card you are going for, often with bonus shards as well. Because of this, vision card step-ups are no-brainers, and we'll talk about vision cards a little more here in a bit. For light spenders who want to maximize your paid Visuor, the best possible banners happen during large events where you can get up to 10 UR units for 2,000 paid Visuor. Now, I'm never going to tell people how much money they should spend on War of the Visions, but if you want the best bang for your buck, wait for the huge events that drop every 3 months or so and pick up these 10 guaranteed UR summons. Alright, let's talk about building your actual account and units now. Building the correct unit roles for your account is far more important than the specific units you choose to build. You can spend all day looking at tier lists and wondering what the best units are, but ultimately building your account the right way is much more important. In their recent new player guides, both Orange and Dr. Diggs echoed what I've been saying for a really long time. It can be sexy to build up a bunch of huge DPS units, but if you want a strong account, you have to fill the most important roles. And I personally truly believe that this is one of the most important aspects of min-maxing your account and planning long term. The main roles are tanks and bruisers, both physical and magic, physical DPS, magic DPS, support and utility, and steal time units. An account that builds average units for all of these roles will be much stronger than an account that just builds up random S tier units. I like to think of it like a car collection. If you fill your garage with a bunch of Lamborghinis and Porsches, it's sexy, but far less practical or useful than a Prius, a pickup truck, a minivan, and a golf cart. In my opinion, having a physical tank and a magic tank are the two most important roles on your account. DPS units are a dime a dozen, and tanks are truly the units that enable your entire squad to do what they do. Even the cheap or lower tier options like Mont or Dario will do wonders for your account. Bruisers are DPS units that can flex into tank roles when needed, but generally you'll need proper gear or vision cards for higher level content. For DPS units, again, these are dime a dozen. Even MR and SR DPS units can do work when they're anchored by a strong UR tank. The biggest advice here is just to try and have strong physical and magic attackers. The longer you play the game, start to branch out to different elements and different attack types. For high level content, you will need slash, pierce, missile, strike, and magic damage in a variety of elements. Support units, and more specifically healers, are arguably the second most important role. This is what makes Ayaka such a valuable unit still, and units that can heal and fill other roles are invaluable, units like Ildira and Kilthe. Now that Ildira is being given out in the friend metal shop for free, every single player in War of the Visions should max her out as quickly as possible. Lastly, you really only need one steel time unit, and this is just for raids, trials, and bosses that are pretty much impossible without one of these. To recap, you should be worrying a lot more about the unit roles on your account than just trying to build whatever S tier units you have on your account. I go into a lot more detail about how to build roles and how I min-max my account throughout the first year in my day 350 account review, so go check that out. To complement this, let's talk about gear. In the first guide, we talked about how gear is a free-to-play min-maxer's paradise. The only thing that limits you for gear is time, since you can run multi-quests infinitely and farm up those +5s. But I did want to hammer a couple of points here. First, make sure you have gear to outfit physical tanks and magic tanks. I cannot stress this enough. Golden armor, smart coat, platinum robe, these things are huge, not only to min-max your tank units, but also to enable bruiser units to tank when they need to. Secondly, make sure that you prioritize weapons specifically for your top DPS units. This really should go without saying, but if you start an account at the 1-year anniversary and Titus is your main guy, make sure to farm up that +5 sword. Come on guys, we're here for min-maxing, so stop being lazy. When you're rolling the Lambo out of the garage, you're not putting 85 octane unleaded in it, so don't do that with your DPS units. So kind of the same thing for vision cards, but prioritize vision cards that strengthen your top team. In year 2, every player, whether they're day 1 or brand new accounts, should prioritize vision cards. We're bringing over the build upwards, not outwards strategy to cards as well. For example, on my account, one of my early strong DPS units was Lucia, and when Halloween Leela dropped in my lap, I went straight for maxing out both the Tetrasylphid and Typhon vision cards. If you're free to play, you won't always get to pick and choose the units you want to focus on. Sometimes you just have to take what the gacha gives you, especially in the first 3 to 6 months of your account. But vision cards are guaranteed drops on all of their banners, so you can pick up and choose what vision cards that you want. Vision cards are the single greatest division between strong teams and weak teams in all War of the Visions, so you should not neglect vision cards. If you're curious about what upcoming cards are going to be best for your account, stop in and check out our monthly planning guides that break down all upcoming cards and how to plan for your account. Finally, let's talk a little bit about level 120 and how we should handle EX jobs for min-maxing. And there's just really a couple of quick notes here. It looks like new units and new banners will still be stronger than a lot of the original units. In terms of min-maxing, I would just slow farm original units using the MMBR strategy and the guild barracks while saving Vizor for banners and units. Building upwards, not outwards, still applies, so focus on getting level 120 for just a couple of strong units and don't spread yourself too thin. Lastly, get Baby Mont level 120 EX right away. Mont is a beast, Mont is free, Mont is life. Every player should have a level 120 Mont. And lastly, it's another 400 shards to go from level 99 to level 120, so let's talk real quick about patience and ticket hoarding. I mentioned this in a recent weekly video, but if you have the patience to hold on to your rare tickets, your UR guaranteed summon tickets, your login tickets, etc., you can save all of these tickets until the units you want are added to the summon pool. This way you can use these tickets to quickly cut into shards and orbs for EX jobs, instead of those shards just going to the Mog shop. Because tickets are a scattershot approach on what units you're going to pull, the longer you can wait while hoarding tickets, theoretically the more min-max benefit you will get. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this video, and let me know in the comments section below some strategies that have helped you guys min-max for your account here through year 1. appreciate everyone watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you haven't already, and we'll catch y'all next time.